and salutations. This is Pandora the Eclectic, and this is a response video to Saving Maidens and her video of the downfalls of radical feminism, my story, and other disorganized stuff. Admittedly, it was really hard to hear what you were trying to say, and there were also people in the comments who were complaining about that. But I would definitely say I have no problem with talking about it from my perspective of radical feminism. Now, maybe it's something in the South. Maybe I don't see it as often. But I have seen situations where I think either it's feminists thinking everything is sexist, and yeah, I gotta admit, I think it's freaking stupid. I think it's gotten way out of hand and needs to stop. I don't think we need any more of that. More because, one, we have all the provisions, most of the provisions, or at least the expectations that feminism wanted to reach in the first place. So, we don't need this shit. This is just ridiculous stuff to just scare women and do following or being a part of some idiotic movement, as you probably said in your video. So yeah, you and me probably agree. I do not in any way, shape, or form believe in a patriarchy. And if there is a patriarchy, or ever was a patriarchy, it was, and if there is anyone, it's like all the way back in like the 1600s, maybe even later than that. And I even would disagree during any time the Crusades and the medieval time periods, because that's when feminism actually started, if anyone did their research. That's when this whole movement started, along with the men's rights movement. So actually, in this country, it's been 100 years. In other countries, oh god, I don't even know where to begin. But most people do not believe or ever thought that way. But in my opinion, I guess that's what we say about a movement that isn't progressive enough for us. To me, feminism was, if it is about women's rights, or was about women's rights, first of all, the only reason why any of those women put aside marriage and being a housewife and all that shit was because, one, it used to be an expectation of women. Now it is no longer. If anything, or if it is an expectation, it's just as much of an expectation for men. Okay? It's pretty much equal at this point. It's because, naturally, a lot of people think people should be married by the time they're at least 40 or 60 years old. Or by the time they're at least 30, if not, earlier. Mostly because, don't you want children? And you want to start early with that nonsense if you're going to do it. Also, some people, that's just a natural expectation, because we've always had expectations. Expectations to me are okay. It's not, that's another thing. We're also trying to get rid of any form of cultural bias or cultural behavior that's not even just cultural, it's biological. And just, I see women, most of the time women in this country happen to be, heterosexual, and unless she's got, health issues that would concern her, yeah, I'm kind of wondering why she doesn't have kids yet, or why she doesn't have a man yet. If she's a lesbian, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine, no big. I mean, yes, there was a time where, if you were a lesbian, yeah, you were going to get your ass beat, or you would have had to marry a man because it just wasn't possible for you to do that. But now it is, so yeah, I mean, we're working our way up to getting it more acceptable, like we said. Yeah, I'm more focused on, like, LGBT rights and protecting people, and also I think it's disgusting that rape seems to happen more to men, but here we are doing more rape prevention for women. A lot of the statistics, oh my god, I don't even want to begin with how in the fucking hell does some people, how do we think these people, And it's more than just how you're dressed and stuff. It's not just, really, even if you are going to get raped, it's not just how you're dressed. It's, you're walking in an area where, or not even in an area, no, it just happens sometimes like that. It's not even, sometimes it's a mental thing, sometimes you have to tell the difference. Also, I'm getting so tired of the idea that feminists think, oh, feminism is the real F word. Like, no, you can't talk about it. Bitch, you can talk about it all you want. It's just most of the time, when a feminist talks about it, she's acting like a goddamn motherfucking retarded bitch on steroids or something. It, it's like, why? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's one of the other issues too. And also, what I also think is even more disgusting, is people follow it. That's the worst part. That's the worst part. A lot of people seem to be going along with it. And yet, no one bothers to check out. Everyone just agrees. And then, of course, we're so focused on making sure women look good in the media. I'm not saying that we want women to look bad or we have horrible, no, it's just more or bad, horrible reputation, because I pretty much want representation to be equal. You got one stupid woman, you got one stupid man. Pretty much even Steven, which I think for the most part we are. We need to still work on that, but it's not like, oh my god, the worst thing that has ever happened. It's like, it's not going to affect any statistic. Yes, I'm sure there are some men who get really tired of being, represented in a negative way, but so don't we all, as well as don't women, but it's just, what the fuck? Like I said, I'm sorry to hear about your brother and what happened to him, and I hate the fact that this is becoming an epidemic. I am tired of feminists who do go to colleges and talk about rape. And it's not so much that they shouldn't talk about it. Like, no, I think what we need to do is just say, hey, if it happens, here's a place that you can go to, and you can talk to these people, and they'll help you. Because I'm pretty sure they have domestic violence area. I actually saw some kids at my college who did harm each other, even though I think it was kind of even on how one or the other was hurting each other. Abusive relationship, whether is like, no, you need to keep your hands off. She's tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. We're all tired of seeing it. If anyone hurting anybody, so it needs to be stopped. But it's like these women have no clue what it's like to do this. And I'll be honest, I've never been raped. I'm thankful. And that's another thing. I get tired of that idea that, oh yes, we gotta watch out for ourselves because we might be raped. And a lot of these statistics, I'm betting, date back 40 years, which is, that means, ladies and gentlemen, it's not conclusive. It doesn't work in our modern day society anymore. We've passed that point. We're done. That means there's more issues on the other side now. We need to start taking care of them, or at least attempting to take care of them. you know, I believe there's like a voice from men. I don't know if they're helpful or not, or more helpful or less helpful. I don't know. Sometimes I've seen stuff, but I don't know what they're doing right now. And I've seen them do reviews. I've seen them just kind of shooting the shit and stuff like that now. But before, no, they really were. I saw them saying stuff. And I'm sure they would love to talk with you, actually. Because you're sharing a real story. And I think that would be good. Saying, yes, this is happening in a lot of places right now. And it's getting pretty fucking ugly. What are we doing about it? Anyways, this is Pandora the Eclectic saying, maidens, you know, thank you for making this video. You are awesome. And if anyone else wants to see it, mind you, the audio, no offense to the same me, I'm just doing this as a warning, but the audio is a little off, so you're really gonna have to turn it up or get better speakers, because I had a real hard time hearing it. But you know, you need to view it, or at least try to keep it as low as possible and quiet as possible. Or you know, I even suggest listening to it on your phone and something like that. So let me get the link, okay, and I'm gonna post it down below, so you all can see this wonderful lady and what she's done and what she's saying. Anyways, thank you for watching, and this is Pandora telling you all to keep it frosty. And same means, thanks again.